Good day, folks. This is Jan Judy at Green Pastures Farm. Today, Jan and I are actually over here on the new farm that we purchased last March. And we got the bulls and the steers behind us. And we were really fortunate. We'd been extremely dry, but last night we caught a ½ inch of rain. And you look at the forecast, it looks like tomorrow is going to be some more rain, so like 90%. So here in the spring flush, you can see the fescue's up about 9 inches now. It's plenty tall enough to graze. We're not going to set it back by grazing it. And we put a back fence in. So all we did is Jan rolled the wire up the top hill and I picked the post up just to that white post there. And then we let the bulls and the steers go through. And then I took the wire and ran it across the creek up the hill on the other side of our water tank over here. So we didn't have to roll up the whole paddock. We just rolled up maybe 100 yards of it and moved it over. So by doing that, we keep them off of what they were on yesterday. We put full impact over here and we got a tremendous graze. I mean, a really nice graze over there. They took off.
Well, let's go over there and kind of look at it.
Yeah, about a third to half. You can see what they're on right now, and then what they left yesterday. I mean, it's up there. So I left, right at 5 inches. We're turning in at 8 to 9. So we took about a third, maybe a little over a third. But we got really good bruising, what we call bruising of the soil. So what you want, folks, is you want that whole paddock to look like you took a leaf rake and it disturbed it. And what it did is it busted a lot of that winter stockpile, this dry stuff, and put it on the ground by the feet so the earthworms can eat it. It also woke up the microbes that are living in the soil by bruising the kinetic energy of the hoof. They really did a wonderful job on this. And the bulls are starting to shed off. I think they said on Monday it's supposed to get up to 80 something. 82. There's a lot of 70s and 80s coming this week. And today is?
The day before Easter.
The day before Easter.
19th, I think.
Saturday the 19th. You're right. So we've got 1, 2, it's about 3 weeks to our grazing school, which is May 8th through the 10th.
The advance.
The advance. And then the beginning grazer school is the 16th and the 17th. It's a 2-day. And it's kind of starting to get full, isn't it?
Yeah. We've got a few spots left in the advance. And we have a few more in the beginning, but
yeah.
The advance is almost full.
It seems like a lot of people wait till that last 3 weeks to get signed up, and that's fine. People are busy, and we understand that. But we don't want people to be left out. They wait till the very last minute, and then they can't get in. And we've had people beg and plead and offer to go without eating our food and standing in the tent, not even give them a chair. It's like, no, we don't really want to do that. But one thing about, somebody asked this morning, I had a comment saying, Greg, why do you calve in the spring versus the fall for fescue? Because there's a lot of people that claim that calving on fescue in the fall is a lot better than calving on fescue in the spring because the fescue is more toxic. It's got more toxin in it. That's the highest level of toxin is in the spring. And so you don't get all that endophyte in that fall calving cow. Let me go over the other advantages. In the fall, the weather's cooler, so you don't have near the fly load attacking the baby calves. The other one is when you turn your bulls in for a fall calving in September, you turn them in after Thanksgiving. And so the weather's cool, it's easy on the bulls, they don't get hot breeding the cows. Now let's go over the disadvantages. The disadvantages, of course, calving in the fall is when a mother drops this calf, okay, the endophyte's gonna be lower, supposedly. Here's the disadvantage. The disadvantage is you just calved and you got winter looking at you. And I know people that make it work, and they've been doing it for years, and kudos to them. But in nature, you don't see deer dropping their fawns in September. They drop them in the spring when you have the highest protein and energy on your plants out here. So if a cow drops a calf in September and maybe even into October, you know, if you got a 60-day calving season, well, what comes after October? November, cold weather. So the cow is expected to milk that calf, and it's milking a lot because it's only a month, maybe 2 months old. It's having to do it on something there's no green grass out there anymore because it's got frosted on, it's been froze. And so the nutritional requirements of your grass plummets compared to spring. So of course in the springtime we have this to offer our spring calving cows. And so those are some of the advantages and disadvantages. We've always seen our spring calving cows, their calves are always better than our fall calving cows. Now, I know people that's all they do is fall calf and they get by fine with it, and they've been doing it for many, many, many years. And so anyway, I'm just pointing out the differences. The other thing about the fescue, though, I want to go over this. People say, oh, it's toxic, it's toxic. Well, it is if you graze it down lower than 2 inches. So from the ground up, that first 2 inches of that plant, I'm going to pull one. Hold on. Yeah, golly. Then it's just got a root. Yeah, there, I got one. So, folks, this first 2 inches, right there, from my finger down, that's where the toxin is the highest. Now, it's been said that when it puts out a seed head, the stem and the seed is where the highest level endophyte is. Well, they did some studies here in Missouri, the university did, I don't know, it's been 10 years now, and they started cutting this sample right here from the ground up. This is really high in endophyte. And so if you make your cows eat this portion right here, which you would if you took it all, you know, if you do a total graze, and you take down all the plant to the ground, you're ingesting tons and tons of endophyte into your animals, and you can expect to have trouble.
And worms.
Where are the parasites at? They're down in the canopy, so you're ingesting a whole lot of parasites. You're getting this endophyte into your cattle, which isn't good. Not a whole lot to be said good about that.
And your seed, your regrowth.
Terrible, terrible. You won't have anything to graze there for probably 3 months. We can graze ours again in 30 to 40 days.
Because we left 5 inches.
Yep, we're leaving a solar collector, so our animals come along and they take this. We take this. This is still left, okay? It's catching sunlight. Not today, there's no sun. But it catches sunlight and it goes back to the sunlight. We didn't damage the plant by taking the whole thing. So there's just some things that we talk about, and Ian, is going to be coming from South Africa, and he's got some ideas on it too, practice that he uses. And I'm telling you what, we've been in this business a long time. Our cattle are thriving, our pastures are thriving, and you know, we've had people throwing stuff at us for years. Oh, that stuff doesn't work, that stuff doesn't work, and that's fine. Those people are out of business now. And some of them we actually, you know, they wish they had changed, but it's too late. Once you lose all your equity and your cows don't get bred back because you weren't rotating. You know, I was on a big farm yesterday. I went by a big farm, and it was 5 miles long. I think there's 8,000 acres over there. And there was no grazing management, none. Every single pasture on that ranch had 5 here, 6 over there, 7 cows there. It was all being grazed. It was doing the Columbus method. You turn them out in the spring, you discover them in the fall. And the whole farm was a wreck. Every pond had cattle in it. Going down the pond, the banks of the ponds were just tore to pieces. He had $1 million fence. There's probably $1 million in that fence. And all the gate opening, big fancy headquarters. Just like, you got all the, and it was all continuous. It's all one big farm. And I'm like, man, talk about a turnkey operation. But here, we have our animals being moved. So they're being moved every day. They're not going to get to graze where Jan is standing right here until this is regrown again. And it's going to regrow quick.
And you can clearly see.
Yeah, you can see what they did. So we're excited about it. It's something that we teach at our grazing schools, how to do the fence in the water, how to adjust your paddock size, different stocking densities for different times of the year. And yeah, we're excited. It's coming up pretty soon, and we'll be seeing some of y'all there. So with that, hit that subscribe button on the way out, and we'll be seeing some of y'all at the grazing school. Take care.